There's a door there. 4. So that is it writing in the book. We have EMF 5. That is the... Welcome back, YouTube. Some of you might be confused with some of the recent changes with Phasmophobia. The extension update provides a host of cool new equipment, but a lot of the old mechanics have changed. So I'm here today to help you understand how to use the starting equipment that you get so you can ghost hunt like a pro, just like I'm sure you used to. But if you're new, that's awesome to hear. This guy should help you understand the equipment and how to properly utilize their functions. So let's break it down. Welcome, YouTube. These are all of the level 1 starting equipment, or at least most of them.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
So this is a video camera. Use it to detect ghost orbs. The video camera is one of the first items I always use upon entering the premises, as it works great as a flashlight, but it has the dual purpose of finding crucial evidence. This is an EMF reader, and it is used to detect EMF 5 or ghost activity. Here's a close-up of the EMF detector. As you may have noticed, it is numbered from 1 to 5 on an analog scale. So in order for us to count evidence as EMF 5, the black lever will need to be well beyond the 5 marker, as shown here. Writing in the book, EMF 5. That is the EMF 5, folks.
Nice.
The EMF reader, like the video camera, is one of the first pieces of gear I use upon entering the premises, as not only can it give you a valuable piece of evidence, but it can also detect ghost activity, vital for figuring out where the ghost might be early on. And this is the thermometer.
You serious?
The new thermometer is a classic mercury thermometer that, with this update, takes a lot longer to change upon entering a new room. Also with this update, they've changed how freezing temperature works. So we can see in the bottom left-hand side of the screen just now that there was evidence of what used to be freezing temps, but if you pick up the thermometer, you can actually see that it's only at 5. So anything 5 and below going forward, you'll be able to see your breath, so it will no longer count as freezing temperatures. You'll have to actually use your thermometer to see that. It's also worth mentioning that if you're playing on pro difficulty or higher, you have to make sure you turn on the breaker box, or else you're not going to get an accurate reading. This is the notepad, which looks different, but it is very much the same as it was before. Just like before, you use the notepad by setting it down on the ground and hoping that the ghost interacts with it. And if it does interact with it, it is going to either throw the book or it is going to write in it, like so. Also, some interactions with the book, with the new update, you can actually hear them from across the map. As such, it will sound like this. So this is a spirit box. This hasn't changed much from the previous design. So when it hunts, we have a place to go. There we go. It's a spirit. But if you're wondering how I'm doing that, you just go into options, go into voice recognition mode, and you just select that from, it should be Vosk. You're going to put that to text and then just select apply. And I would absolutely recommend pretty much everybody just changing it. So if you're in a party filled with people, you're not having to push to talk to ask the ghost questions. You can just spam the chat like I'm doing here. It's 100,000% more effective. These are dots projector. You use it to detect dots, and it is different from the previous version, which sat on the ground and lit up the ground like a projector. And it's very similar, but this time it's more like a flashlight. So I did try very hard to get ghosts that had dots on it for you guys, but I did like 10, 11 different ghost runs, and I couldn't get a ghost that had dots. But basically, all the dots looks like is you see the ghost outline a little bit more clear, and if you get a picture of that, it doesn't count as dots anymore. It actually counts as a ghost picture, which is kind of helpful. Also, if you get a Goryo, the best method there is to just throw the flashlight down on the ground like you would the old UV flashlights, and just put a camera down in front of it. It also is kind of helpful to do that, even if you can't get the dots to appear, because you can still kind of see it that way by just throwing it down on the ground like you did with the old UV flashlight. So this item hasn't changed much. This piece of equipment, the UV glow stick, all it does is you'll be able to see if the ghost touches something, if that's a piece of evidence or not. The main change is what it's called on the evidence tab. It's no longer called fingerprints. It's called ultraviolet. So salt in this game has changed a little bit. So basically the main change is that it's now consumable, meaning once you use it in a hunt, you have to buy it again, even if you don't die. And then the other change is you used to be able to put down 3 piles per container. Now you can only put down 2. It's still, like a race still won't go through salt, but every other ghost will. You can get photos from the footprints that they leave behind, and it also slows them down for a little bit.
That's unfortunate.
I'm dead.
Help me! Help me!
Are you serious? I do it. Alright, in all seriousness, the cross just prevents ghosts from hunting, which, as you've seen, can kill you. And works just like it did before. This is a camera. It takes pictures.
Nice.
So this is a level 1 motion sensor. You'll get it after ranking up a few times. But basically, the way you want to use it is you want to go ahead and attach it to a wall in the ghost room close to the floor, just in case it's a crawling ghost. The incense is used in conjunction with the matchbox. Basically, in order to use it, you have to be within a certain distance of the ghost. The tier 1, you have to be pretty much right on top of it, like shown. And after that, it'll be confused and bedazzled for a few seconds, giving you enough time to go and find a hiding spot. However, it can also be used to identify what kind of ghost it is. There are 2 specific ghosts that that'll prevent a hunt with the incense. Basically, you have the spirit. After it gets tagged by the incense, it takes 3 minutes, and they can start hunting again. Any other ghost, except for the demon, it's 1.5 minutes, and the demon, it's 30 seconds. So there are some changes with the candle. Now it's called a firelight. Basically, before it used to be able to hold the candle and it would prevent sanity drain. You still can, it's just now it's a lot, like there's a timer. You can also use it mainly to detect an onryo. If the onryo is present and it blows out your candle, it'll start a hunt. So usually just put that right next to a crucifix, and that's your basic onryo test. But other than that, just that candle actually having a time frame is the main change here. This is a new parabolic microphone. It requires a straight sight of the ghost, and it's somehow worse than the last one. But basically, you just look at it. After a while, it will eventually talk to you. Oh my god, that is terrifying. This is a sound sensor. Not much has changed with this from previous designs, although basically you just use this by putting it down and then going back to the truck and viewing the sounds that are coming from various rooms. Thanks so much for watching the video, everybody. I hope you liked it. Basically, this is just all the tier 1 items. A few things that I forgot to mention, of course, would be like the tripod and maybe like the head camera. But, I mean, ultimately, in my opinion, kind of useless. I'm sure that some people can make good utilization of them. It's just the tier 1s, not that great. Tripod usually gets tipped over by the ghosts anyways. Tier 1 at least. But yeah, if you want more of this, just let me know. Till then, bye for now. Oh, shit! No! No!